So the 348 Winchester was a very, very interesting old cartridge. And here I'm reading Keith's Rifles for Large Game. Now, Elmer Keith criticized the load, especially the 150 grain and 200 grain bullets, which he thought was badly handicapped with too light of a bullet. These missiles were started very high velocity, about at 200 yards they had little remaining velocity. He talks about the 150 grain load being particularly poor. He says the 200 grain was a nice load at 25-20, but he argues for a 250 grain bullet. And Winchester and Western finally brought it out in an experimental 250 grain soft point and later in their excellent Silvertip load. I consider this the only worthwhile timber load for the 348, good in all species. So how did this 250 Silvertip work, and how about some of the other old bullets like the 180 grain Speers, and how do they compare to today's bullet? Let's take a look at that. That is the 250 grain Silvertip. That's Elmer Keith's bullet. So we're going to just test these today and see how these bullets of yesteryear compare to today's bullets. Here we go. 348. $21.59. 250 Woodley compared to the 250 Silvertips. $182. These are 180 grain Speer 348 bullets, flat noses. They should be going pretty fast. See how well these guys hang together. $26.52. $6.81. So these are the 180 Speers at high speed. There's a 180 Speer at low speed, and there's that 200 Swift at about 2,500. So you can see the 180s, even though they're going faster, while these two are going faster, don't seem to have any more explosive than the 200s. The 250 grain Woodley at that low speed obviously expanded. It went right out. It went right through this entire box. So that's 21 inches. And this is my chart for the day. You can see those 180 Speers, they penetrated almost as well as the 250 Silvertips. I didn't expect that. And some of our modern bullets are right in there pitching as well. So this is the 250 Silvertip versus the 250 Woodley. You can see the 250 Silvertip expands faster. 180 Speers, can't believe how they hung on to their cores and how well they penetrated even at high speed. And the 200 Silvertips always seem to lose their core. The other bullets seem to do a little bit better. One good thing about standardizing on 200 grain bullets is they shoot to the same point of aim. Okay, so what did I learn with these historic bullets? First of all, these 250 grain Silvertips do not penetrate that well. In fact, they can blow up, and even at low velocity, they really expand. So these are probably a fast killing bullet, but they're not a super penetrator, even though they have good sectional density. Certainly compared, you see lots of little bits and pieces here through the media, where something like this Woodley expands just about as well, maybe not quite as fast, but certainly penetrates a lot more. Probably 20% more penetration and much more sure. So the Silvertip actually doesn't penetrate more than some of the 200 grain bullets. So that's the Silvertip. The other bullet we tested was the 180 grain Speer, and I really like these bullets a lot. So they're hitting at $2,700. Look how that expanded. And yet it hung together. And look how this one expanded at the same speed, just about. And it also expanded very, very well. So they're good expanders, and yet they hang on. And I found this to be constant with this flat nose Speer tribe. Like I've used these a lot in 35 caliber and in 30 caliber, 30-30. They really are a very, very good bullet. I wish they still made them in 348. And at low speed, it will still expand right down to that cannoneer, and then it seems to stop. They call these hot core bullets. I've found that a lot of their bullets don't hang together well, but these flat-nosed with the cannoneer really do seem to act a bit almost like a bonded bullet. So these 180 grains, I've got about 30 of them left. I'm going to load them up and go caribou hunting. And I tested these other bullets out again just to use as a control. These 200 Swifts penetrate just about as well as the best of the 250 grainers. They use a little less powder to get going to 2,500 feet per second, but that's a very, very good bullet. The 220 original, that looks pretty good, but you'll see that they don't hang on to their cores at all, but it penetrated well. The Silvertip, as usual, lost its core. And these flex tips, which some people thought were explosive bullets because of the plastic tip, they're very, very reliable. This and the 200 grain Hornady flat nose are actually very, very good bullets. So what did I learn today? The 180 grain Speer flat nose, boy, those were a great bullet. 2,700 feet per second. They'd be great for deer, elk, and under. The 250 Woodley is a very, very good bullet. These 200 Swifts are amazing. They're like a little piece of jewelry. And the 250 Silvertips, they're a good explosive bullet, but I think you can do better. So that was Elmer Keith's favorite bullet, but I think we can do better today. So thanks for watching.